YouTube, what's happening? Zay Learns in full effect. I want to talk about how OnlyFans and corn is destroying male masculinity. As we all know, the corn as well as OnlyFans are a multi-billion-dollar business. And it's not going away. But the best thing as men that we can do is not get caught up in that realm, in that matrix. And it's hard to do, especially when it's thrown all up in our face, whether it be on social media, on Instagram, Twitter. It could be even on YouTube with the thumbnails. There's so much that is thrown in our face. And us as men, we must be able to gauge what we watch and monitor what we watch with our eyesight. In a way, we need to guard our eyes. It says that in the Bible about guarding our eyes. We must do that as men and also hold our masculine frame and our masculinity. The devil's out to kill, steal, and destroy. And one way they're doing that is through the corn and through OnlyFans. The reason why it's such a multi-billion-dollar business is because so many men are so caught up in that type of those type of behaviors and those type of actions. And what's going on is a lot of women are noticing that, and they're following suit to that type of behavior, whether it be through OnlyFans, whether it be through corn, or just through just being flat out promiscuous, because that is praised and glorified. I mean, if you're looking at you look at a lot of these artists now, they're glorifying that type of behavior. And us as men, in order for things to change, we must change. And how we must change, and we must not get caught up in that type of matrix. And once we don't put our attention to that, then this type of promiscuity from women will not continue, because our eyesight is not being focused on that. Where our eyesight is more focused on having women that are not promiscuous, that are want to have families, want to have the man as the lead, to be able to provide and have kids. But the thing is that's not the case. Things have changed, and us as men, we got to be able to be on our grind. We got to continue to make sure we don't get caught up in that type of matrix. And the way that we do that is with corn and with OnlyFans, it's instant gratification. And because it's instant gratification, when you're caught up in that and when you're watching that kind of stuff, it is a high dopamine rush. And it makes you think like you're getting some, that you're having sex, and you're really not. It's a mind trick. And then you lose all your energy, you zap all your energy, and then after that you lose all the vitality that you have as a man that could be used towards your goals. Starting a business, going back to school, or being excellent in a skill or a trade. All that is being lost, and we lose our focus. This type of industry is a distraction for men to be on their purpose and be on their grind. So the thing is with this is that with this, it actually objectifies women. Also objectifies men as well. But it really objectifies women to where you're not really seeing women the same, because people who watch this are getting caught. And don't get me wrong, I used to watch this years ago, and it changed my mindset. I thank the Lord that I'm delivered from this, but I've been there. I understand how it can have an effect on your mind. It can have an effect on your functioning as a man and your mind. And I'm here just to be able to help men that are out there who are trying to stop this type of behavior, because it is addicting. It is like a drug. It is a drug. And the thing is, when men are in this state of watching this type of stuff, it's only raising the profit for the others that are in that industry. And the problem with that is that men are not actually getting the help that they need to recover from that, and they're not getting to the root of the problem. And one of the roots of the problem is that they're not understanding women, and because there's not that instant gratification from talking to women, and it takes work, it takes time, and developing yourself as a man. You go to these websites because it's easy, and because it's easy, that the other people who are part of this industry profit. But after you watch these videos and all this stuff, it doesn't better you as a man. You still have the same problem. You still have the same issues of not getting women. And in a way, you're putting women on a pedestal, and at the same time, you're objectifying women as well. And then they're not treated as people. And because they're not treated as people, these women know they're not being treated like people, and they're being treated like objects. Then they start treating men like objects because they feel like they're being treated like objects. I mean, that's a story for a different day. I mean, you want to put yourself in that position, but that is the levels that are going on with being involved with OnlyFans and watching the porn, is that it not only objectifies women, it takes away the masculinity of the man. And if you're objectifying the women, you're putting women over yourself. And and at the same time, when you're putting somebody over yourself, or an industry over yourself, you don't have self-love for yourself or self-respect. And as men, when we remove ourselves from this type of industry and this type of behavior, it leaves us to look in the mirror and also look at ourselves and say, you know what can I do to be better as a man? And if I want to have high quality women in my life, I need to change. Instead of going on these websites and OnlyFans, I could be reading books and understanding not just female nature, but understanding male nature, us as men, what we need, what we can do to build ourselves, whether it be going to the gym and working out and develop myself. You don't have to be a bodybuilder, but you have to be at a state where you have the confidence to where you can go to a woman and talk to her with confidence and boldness to say, you know what, hey girl, hey, let's go out tonight, let's do something. But when you're not doing that and you don't have that awareness because you're caught up in watching all this stuff, you lose the drive to go up to a woman and have that confidence, because you feel like you're already getting some when you're really not, because you're watching all these videos. It actually, you lose your motivation, you lose your drive, because you thinking in your mind that you're succeeding, and you're really not. It's not real. So that is a huge thing as men. We cannot lose that drive and that urge to go out and get it. And that's what we are. That's what we must stay away from. We must get away from that type of industry, because it's destroying the vitality of men and destroying our drive to go out and get it. So that's all I have for today, and I just want to make sure that I discuss this, because us as men, that there is a void right now with masculinity with men right now. There's an attack on men, and talking about this toxic masculinity. I don't believe that. I believe that there are men that are out there who are trying to put out a message to wake men up and let them know, like, hey, we don't need to be in that kind of stuff. We need to get on our grind and go out there and get it, and not focus on this instant gratification. And it takes time and it takes work, and you gotta go out there and get it. So that's all I have for you. I'm Zay Learns. Till the next video.